Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be giving you my Capricorn January 2019 horoscope, part 1 of 2. And anyway, first thing up is as far as January goes, the sun will be in Capricorn from the 1st until the 21st. So the first house as well will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, there could be a strong concentration of energy, focus, and attention on the self, the physical body, the appearance, one's outlook on life, new beginnings, early childhood, the first impression, how you may come across to others. And given this is Capricorn energy, this could be done with a lot of ambitious energy, a lot of premeditation, planning, very orthodox, conventional, very consistent, but also with a lot of seriousness and discipline, planning, premeditation, prudence and caution, but guard against focusing on overly on the negative connected with your physical body and your appearance, your outlook, and because this could lead to some kind of despondency and feelings of melancholy at this time as well. So anyway, well, actually, I want to add one more thing, people, that this could actually shine the light, so to speak, on a Capricorn physical matter, especially if this is actually hitting one's first house in one's chart. It could be something with the knees, the bones, the joints, or the hamstrings. Anyway, next thing up. Well, as far as January goes, the sun will be in Aquarius from the 21st until the 31st, so the second house as well will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, there could be a strong concentration of energy, focus, and attention on monetary matters, finances, resources, possessions, one's values, self-worth, self-esteem, and generating income. Now, given this is Aquarius energy, this may be done with a lot of selflessness, a lot of humanitarianism, consideration, and being and it may be somewhat unorthodox or unconventional. It might be a time for a lot of ingenuity in terms of generating money, and also this could be done with a lot of unpredictable energy as well, and being very amicable and future oriented. And at this time, and so too, this could also be about where it might shine the light, so to speak, on an Aquarius type possession, such as some kind of computer or electronic device, or maybe something new. You had an idea, you had something you were creating, a new concept, and maybe that had disappeared, and now maybe you find it. But remember, this energy again could be very erratic and sporadic, so there might be some fluctuations. This focus, this energy might be about fluctuations in your self-esteem, in your self-worth at this time, and there might be a focus on those fluctuations in connection with that. So anyway, well, next thing up, there will be a new moon solar eclipse in Capricorn on January 5th. So the first house as well will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, a new moon a solar eclipse in astrology can be like a new moon, but it can be more amplified, more intensified, and really more prodigious. Could be very life-altering and more sustained. Now, given that this is in Capricorn, we're talking about the first house. This could be a new Capricorn, perhaps a beginning of some kind where you might be rekindling a Capricorn connection from your early childhood. And it might be a time too when you're talking about eclipses. It could be about being more cognizant of things. It could be about becoming more cognizant of an early about being more responsible, having more premeditation, maybe being more premeditative in terms of your new beginnings you might start, or maybe something that you can actually do that can be a new beginning, that could be Capricorn related, that maybe you might have an affinity for, that maybe you just didn't feel you had previously. It could be something government, business related, something with dentistry, perhaps something even information technology, government work, even just general mundane work, and it could be possible as well. So something that could be Capricorn related, even timekeeping, if that is actually a position. Now, Also, too, this could be a time too where you might begin maybe a new consistent regimented workout routine that's very disciplined, and this could be something that's more sustained and life altering, because it might be something that you might just go through to the bitter end to your elderly age if you're not there already. Now, the thing about it too is, could this be a new Capricorn beginning, perhaps with an early childhood person, someone you knew that was prominent in your early childhood? Again, I mean, you're talking about Capricorn energy. It could be something could be a start with some kind of accounting firm, perhaps, or some kind of something like business, politics, government, or like I stated before, even timekeeping could be another thing. And remember that eclipses can also be about departures in one's life. This could be about somebody that might have had a very limiting effect or restricting effect, perhaps on you making new beginnings, and maybe how you saw yourself as a person, or could even be a Capricorn Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, or one that embodies those characteristics might be departing at this particular time as well. So anyway, next thing up, there will be a full moon lunar eclipse in Leo on January 21st, so the 8th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, when we're talking about lunar eclipses in astrology, they're like full moons, but they're more amplified, more intensified. They could be more prodigious in their effect. They could also be very more sustained and sometimes even life-altering. Now, when you're talking about this Leo energy in the 8th house, this could be one way this may manifest perhaps as the completion or culmination of a crisis issue that might have required near inexorable Leo-like energy at this particular time, or maybe even a transformation that might be completed at this time that required that same kind of energy, and also maybe with a lot of courage and fortitude as well. Also, it's about maybe becoming, remember that eclipses can be about how one can become more cognizant. It could be about becoming where you might have become more cognizant of being more generous, more magnanimous, perhaps with your shared resources, perhaps something that might be, I mean, also perhaps another way this could have manifested perhaps is really about a realization, maybe in maybe being more gregarious and extroverted, and how that could maybe impact your legacy strongly, and becoming, and also too, this could also be about the dramatic ending perhaps of an intimate sexual relationship at this point in time. And remember too, this is about, I mean, sometimes eclipses can be about very significant departures in one's life. This could manifest perhaps in a departure of somebody that might be, it could be a Leo Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, or one that embodies Leo-like characteristics that might have been causing some kind of crisis maybe in your life that you felt was like that, or maybe even having some kind of psychological effect that you just didn't really like, or maybe a negative effect on your shared resources. And also, I mean, in some cases, this could be about a Leo surgical matter that might be unveiled. At this time, it could be something connected with the heart or the upper back. So anyway, well, the next thing up is Mercury will be in Sagittarius as far as January goes, from the 1st until the 5th. So the 12th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, this could be about perhaps thinking very optimistically and positively about dealing with limitations and restrictions. This could also be about philosophical writings in solitude and seclusion, and in private. Also too, this may also be about perhaps Sagittarius siblings may figure more prominently than usual in one's as I've stated previously, that Mercury can also be about siblings. It could be Sagittarius siblings, or simply ones that embody Sagittarius-like characteristics that may figure more prominently in your private life at this time. It could also be, it matters maybe with your restrictions and limitations, your sorrows, and perhaps even helping those less fortunate than yourself. And depending on the aspects, this could be where they might be beneficial or not. Positive aspect in your natal Jupiter could be very auspicious, but if you have like a negative aspect to Jupiter, say even Saturn, this could be more of a depressing effect or a really negative effect perhaps on you. Now, You might find yourself to be a little bit less loquacious and talkative than usual, given this is the 12th house. This could also be about dealing with limitations with the hands that might be due to something sports related at this time as well, because Mercury can be connected with the hands. Now, next thing up is Mercury will be in Capricorn as far as January goes, from the 5th until the 24th. So the first house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, you might find yourself more voluble and loquacious than usual. It might be talking frequently about Capricorn-related things such as politics, business, the government, political views, even timekeeping if that's possible. Things that could be Capricorn-related, dentistry at this time. And it could also be that maybe even Capricorn siblings, they could be Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Capricorn-like characteristics, may figure more prominently in your outlook, your first impression, and new beginnings at this time, more so than usual. But sometimes, too, I think this may manifest in some kind of serious breathing issues as well, because Mercury can be connected with breathing, first house, physical body. Also about perhaps communication with the Capricorn you may have known from your early childhood, or even a grandmother. It could be Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Ascendant person, or one that embodies Capricorn-like characteristics. Hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that, I'm back. Anyway, also about a lot of perhaps serious yet pessimistic discussions, maybe regarding your new beginnings, potential new beginnings, your early childhood even, and maybe how you feel about as far as your physical body, especially if this is the actual first house in one's natal chart. Now, last but not least, as far as January goes, Mercury will be in Aquarius from the 24th until the 31st, so the second house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, you might find yourself talking more about your future regarding your monetary situation, maybe matters with self-esteem and self-worth. This could be about talking about Aquarius-like things that you may value, such as computers, electronics, the future, perhaps even innovation, new concepts and ideas, astrology even. And also Aquarius siblings may figure more prominently in your values, your self-worth, your self-esteem, and also and they could again be Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Aquarius-like characteristics. Communications, perhaps a lot about ingenious and innovative ways to make money, and also thinking selflessly regarding your possessions and your resources, and thinking outside the box and how to accumulate them, perhaps. Anyway, people, that will conclude this YouTube astrological segment for my Capricorn January 2019 horoscope forecast, part 1 of 2. And stay tuned next time, where I'll be giving you part 2 of my Capricorn January 2019 horoscope forecast. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because astrologically speaking, a person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.